Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about another macronutrient, fats. What are the fats? How much should we eat? When should we eat? Are the fats good or bad? Well, let's find out. First things first, there are three macronutrients. We have proteins, we have carbs, and we have fats. The proteins and the carbs have 4 calories per gram, the fats have 9. Now we all heard about the HDL and LDL. What exactly is this? The LDL represents the low density lipoprotein, the HDL represents the high density lipoprotein. Or also, as we heard many times, the bad and the good one. Now to make it very simple, what does the LDL do? It brings the fat into the arteries and it stores it there. And what HDL does, it breaks down that fat from the arteries and it pushes to the liver. If we have for a long period of time, we talk about years, a very bad nutrition, low activity level, then the LDL is predominant and we will have high risk of disease like cardiovascular disease and diabetes. Unfortunately, the number one death in the world is the cardiovascular disease, and this is mainly because of the atherosclerosis. This is the clogs that are formed in our arteries because of the LDL. I think we all heard about saturated fats or transaturated fats. These are the bad ones. These are high in LDL and VLDL. Majority of the animal sources of fat are very high in saturated fats. Bacon, burgers, butter. We also find them in various of processed foods. Majority of the restaurants, they are using also this kind of oil that is high in saturated fats. If your day-to-day routine and your meal plan represents majority of the food sources from these LDL saturated sources, you will definitely have to make a change and switch to foods that are high in HDL. Now I have here on the table a few good sources. I have olive oil, I have some almonds, some peanut butter, which is just 100% peanuts, avocados, some sardines over here, and also as supplement we have omega-3s. These are fat sources that are high in unsaturated fats, which is what we want. We want something that's rich in omega-3s. From the meat side, the best source of omega-3s, we have the fish. If you have access to a good quality fish, I'll definitely suggest you to put it every day or every other day into your diet because it's the best source of omega-3. If you don't like fish, for example, or you don't have access to the best ones, you can definitely opt for a supplement. Just make sure that you have 1500 milligrams of EPA per day. It's not enough to see just omega-3s in total, you have to make sure that the EPA is high and the DHA also. So now we know a little bit about them and which are the best sources, and the fact that the HDL cholesterol takes the fat from the arteries and transfers it into the liver to get used. We also know about the fats that are very good for our hair, for nails, for skin, and very important for our hormones. As guys, obviously we want more testosterone, we want to build muscle, so the body needs some help to create that testosterone, so we need to help our body a little bit with some good fat sources. For the ladies, of course, the same estrogen needs to be produced from the fat, so make sure you have enough fat into your diet. Talking about the quantity, let's see how much fat do we need. As a rule of thumb, for the guys, between 0.5 and 1 gram of fat per kilogram. Let's take my example, I weigh around 85 kilograms, which means maximum I will go 85 grams, minimum, let's say around 40. When I'm in my bulking phase, I will definitely reach around 1 gram per kilogram. When I cut, when I start to do like a mini cut or a cutting phase, I start to reduce the fat until I reach at 0.5. For the ladies, because of the menstrual cycle and because of the hormones, we need a little bit more fat. So I suggest between 0.7, 0.8 to 1.2, 1.3 grams per kilogram. When should we eat fats? Is there any rule? Well, not quite. One important one for us as bodybuilders, as people who go to the gym, we should not have fats after the workout. We have to keep in mind that the fats slow down the digestion, so after the workout we don't want those macronutrients, those amino acids and glucose to be slowed down. We want it as fast as possible into the muscles. Besides that, you can have fats in any meal, especially in the last meal of the day. That will prolong the entire meal to slowly digest throughout the night. If it happens for you to be in a situation in which you will know that you will not be able to eat for the next few hours, then I highly suggest to have a meal that contains more fat, so your digestion will be slowed down and it will give you more satiety. So now you know a few things about the fats. Let's think about a meal example. So what should we eat? I gave you these examples about the food sources and the fat sources. So let's think about a meal. For me, for example, every morning I have 4 eggs, which also contain fats. I have half an avocado, and I have my cream of rice. This is a complete meal and it's a quite big breakfast. This is because I have 3 hours in which I will not eat. Therefore, I need something that really gives me the satiety and prolongs the digestion. Salmon, an amazing source of omega-3s. You can have it with rice, we can have it with pasta, whatever you want. It's an amazing source and I absolutely love it. Olive oil, obviously you can use it on salads, you can use it on food, you can even, if you're low in fat, just take a spoon and eat it like that. Almonds, peanut butter, these things, you can mix them with your yogurts, you can mix them with your protein shake, however you please. Sardines, tuna, other types of fish, amazing way again into a salad, or you can combine them with rice. And as I said before, if you don't manage to get good fat sources, you should always use the supplements, the omega-3s. Right here you have a breakdown, more specific, more detailed about fats that I did a couple of years ago. Check it out if you want to learn it even more in depth. I hope that today you learned the fundamentals of fats. It was a quick and easy video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. I really hope that you learned something, and thanks again for watching, guys. See you next time. Ciao.